Today, I really wanted to speak to you about when you're struggling during menopause, why that could be, and how to fix it. There's so many things that can happen during this time that can be overwhelming. And I have my own journey with that, which I've shared before. But if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Lori Marbus. I'm a board certified family and lifestyle medicine physician and a menopause certified practitioner. And I've just recently entered into the postmenopausal realm at the age of 54. And I will tell you, it was quite a journey. So I really want to share this with you. And by the way, if you're new, again, feel free to subscribe, share this video with someone you think might find it helpful. There's also a discussion about later in the video about a free webinar called Menopause and Feel Fabulous, where you learn the top 3 mistakes women make during menopause, my 5-step blueprint to master menopause and feel fabulous, and my free download that I created for people to take with them to their doctor's visits. It's called the Perimenopause and Menopause Evaluation Checklist. It breaks down exactly what questions you should be looking at, talking to your doctor, what your symptoms are, why they're important to discuss, all of that broken down to a free 4-page. You get it free just for registering for the webinar. At least take that, share it with your friends. As always, please, I just want you to feel better. So let's dive right into the topic. First of all, have you ever walked into a room and immediately forget why you're there? Yeah. Or you put the ketchup in the cabinet and you're like, why is this here? Or the milk or something. Or you find your keys in the fridge. Weird stuff like that. Or you suddenly feel like you've been dropped in a sauna while everyone else is perfectly comfortable. Well, welcome to perimenopause and menopause, right? This is a phase of life, no one really warned you about until it hits like a ton of bricks. At least that was my experience. But here's the thing. Struggling doesn't have to be the default, right? So today I'm going to break down why menopause feels so overwhelming, but more importantly, how you can take control and feel fabulous again. Really, just stick around again, because I mentioned it earlier, but I'll share again how you can join my free webinar, Master Menopause and Feel Fabulous, and really understand a step-by-step way to thrive through menopause, how to work with me for a year and another wonderful group of women. The link is down below if you want to go ahead and see that too. But let's get going. First of all, let's start why you're struggling, right? So during menopause, your hormone levels, specifically estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, are doing kind of like this complicated dance, right? And really, they're very terrible at dancing. So estrogen is really the big player here. And when it starts to decline, it impacts the entire body. So think of estrogen as kind of like, would be a good example, like a Wi-Fi for your body, right? So it keeps all the systems connected and running smoothly, right? As they're dancing as long as everyone's showing up. But when the signal drops, you get brain fog, mood swings, sleep disruptions, and of course, the dreaded hot flashes. But now let's talk about some of the most common traps women fall into during menopause, and then how these traps can really make things so much worse. So what is the first big trap? I would say stress. So when you're under constant stress, your body pumps out cortisol, which throws off your hormones even more. So it's kind of like throwing gasoline on a fire that's already burning. And the result is more intense hot flashes, worse sleep, and mood swings that make you feel like you're really starring in like your very own soap opera. And all of that just combines and makes it worse and worse. Second, what you eat matters more than ever. So a diet that's high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats really ramps up inflammation in your body. And guess what? Inflammation makes menopause symptoms like joint pain, fatigue, and brain fog much, much worse. It's like giving your hormones like a flat tire and then wondering why you're not moving forward. In addition, it can worsen your lipid panels. When you go through menopause, your metabolism slows. You start gaining weight. Inflammation makes it easier to gain weight. It makes you more insulin resistant. So many things are happening behind the scenes, that you may not even know are worsening your future health. So that's really important. Next, there's a lack of movement. Physical inactivity isn't just a recipe for, let's say, stiff joints and the weight gain, but it also speeds up bone density loss and muscle weakening. Both are rich already issues during menopause. And no, you don't have to run a marathon to fix this. Even a 15-minute walk can really make a huge difference. That also helps insulin resistance, by the way, helps you maintain your cardiovascular health. So much can come from exercise. You feel better, you move better, you sleep better, so much. Another biggie is poor sleep hygiene. And yes, I know it's tempting. Just do the death scroll on your phone at night, or binge watch your favorite show to relax. But that blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, which is a hormone that will help you sleep. It's kind of like, I think the guy with the big stick and the marching bands. He's like getting everybody's attention, saying, "Okay, it's getting ready. Let's march into sleep." You get less of that, right? So you combine that with the fact that menopause already disrupts your circadian rhythm. You've really got a recipe for sleepless nights. And finally, there's a trap of going it alone. I think so many women feel like they have to tough it out, and as if menopause is kind of a badge of honor for enduring discomfort. But let me tell you, getting support can really make the difference, whether it's talking with your friends, joining a community, or learning from experts. You don't have to figure this out all on your own. So now let's flip the script, right? So what can you actually do to start feeling better? Well, for stress, even just 5 minutes of deep breathing or mindfulness a day can lower your cortisol levels. And it's absolutely scientifically proven to work. And trust me, it's worth it. I would say that is one of the biggest factors. When last year, when I went through the cliff, I fell off the cliff of menopause. I had just did a PR and a half marathon at the Boston Marathon. Half marathon, not the full marathon, the half marathon in November. I ran it with my daughter. And I will tell you, the 2 weeks after that, I felt like my body went from a healthy 53-year-old who felt really, really good to a 103-year-old. I started having joint discomforts. The hot flashes were unreal. Just couldn't understand what was going on. I just couldn't concentrate things. And I ate well. I exercised. I did all those things. But let me tell you, it was quite an overwhelming thing. But what it forced me to do was slow down. It said, Lori, you have to turn around and look inward and slow down. And this is where mindfulness really came in. And it really helped me manage stress, really pay attention to myself and my body. So I wasn't, the doctor who's always looking after others. I had to turn around and say, Lori, you need to pay attention and care for yourself. And that slowing down piece was really, really critical, I think, because it set the stage for me to go into this latter part of my life in a much more sustainable and happy, thriving way. So definitely consider, one of the books I'd recommend is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. It's fabulous. It really helps a lot. So check that out. Next is really thinking about food, right? So food, I think it's still very important you focus on the whole plant-based foods like the dark green leafy veggies, the beans, flax seeds, soy products, tofu, tempeh, because these are rich in phytoestrogens and also omega-3s, which really can help balance your hormones naturally. Bonus, they're also good for your heart and brain health, so which will become even more importantly as we age. So you go from being less risk of, let's say, a heart attack than men in your premenopausal state. Once you hit menopause, postmenopause, your risk is then equivalent to men. And so there's many things that are occurring here that cause that, but it's kind of like the Melu. It's like the perfect storm. We just keep adding in parts of it and neglecting ourselves. We continue to do the things. And if you haven't been well and you're entering into this stage and already have prediabetes, let's say, or high cholesterol, or have gained some more weight, this is going to set you up to be even sicker. And so it's really, really important that you stop the process and start reversing the train. And you absolutely can get better. But a plant-based diet is, I would say, the foundation of health, along with movement and getting proper sleep. Then let's talk about movement. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can start small. So try yoga, strength training, or even dancing in your living room. Regular exercise can improve your mood, boost your energy levels, and really protect your bones. And then for sleep, really important is creating a bedtime routine that works for you, right? So shutting off the screens an hour before bed, dimming the lights, try some calming activities, reading or stretching. It's really about helping your body just wind down naturally. And one thing that's really been helpful for me, I never drank coffee. I love the smell, but I don't like the taste. But what was really important was that I stopped drinking any caffeinated beverage by, let's say, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. What I was doing thinking, well, it doesn't bother me, but it did. So I started wearing this little ultra human ring. It's like an aura ring. And I have stopped being very intentional with my caffeine. And I was already getting better sleep because I chose to embrace hormone replacement therapy or menopausal hormone therapy. I was already getting better sleep, but as I was looking and paying attention to things, and it was making recommendations in the app for this little ultra human ring, and as like it was talking about the caffeine, I was like, man, okay, so I'm really gonna stop drinking any tea later in the day, and I replaced it with chamomile tea at night. And I will tell you, for the last 3 to 4 nights, my sleep index has dramatically improved based on deep sleep scores. I'm tossing and turning less. Definitely feeling like I wake up even more refreshed. And I was feeling pretty good already with my sleep. That was one thing, unless I stay up late finishing patient notes, which I did the other night. But other than that, things get better. So that is one thing there. Next, I would say you don't want to underestimate the power of community. And that's really why I created one of the reasons I created my free webinar, the Master Menopause and Feel Fabulous. It's really formulated to help women navigate this phase of our lives with confidence and clarity. And in the webinar, again, I'm talking about the top 3 mistakes women make during menopause and then how to fix them, my 5-step blueprint for thriving during menopause, and what I utilized on myself. And you get that perimenopause and menopause evaluation checklist, which you can fill out and take with you to your doctor's office. All the links are in the description below. Trust me, I think you'll find it valuable. I've gotten some fabulous feedback from hundreds of people who've already attended the webinar. So I would love for you to be there. Plus, you'll learn about an opportunity to work with me and a group of women for an entire year. And if you have HSA, FSA, that actually might be a very important piece there as part of that puzzle. So check it out. But remember, right, menopause doesn't have to be the end of your vibrant life. It actually could be the start of a new chapter. That's how I've chosen to embrace this. And it has been really, really cool to kind of walk into what I would say might be more stressful. Because I remember when I turned 30 and 40, like my head went on a tailspin for a few months because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so old. And thinking when 50 coming up that I probably wouldn't live as long as I did the first 50 years. I mean, I would pray that I live to be 100, but reality is we'll see what it is. So that was really interesting in how that mindfulness piece really allowed me to slow down. It forced me to slow down and really embrace this as a time of just more delight and choosing not to be stressed. It's a choice to be stressed or not. Yeah, it's been amazing. So you can absolutely rewrite your story and thrive like never before too. So if this has resonated with you, please hit the like button, share the video with a friend who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed tips. Apparently I can't talk today. That will help you feel fabulous. I will see you in the next video, but better yet, I hope to see you at the webinar. So thank you for being here. I'm sending gratitude, joy, love, and healing your way as always. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you next time.